T to the V to the L to the I to the N to the E, TVLine.
All right, well, straight from the Big Easy by way of Atlanta, we have the cast of the originals here at Comic-Con. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I don't think I need to tell you guys that season 1 was huge. You guys were there, you know. But the finale was huge. It changed everything. I want to know, for Daniel, Joseph, and Phoebe, how is that sort of dynamic going to be between the three of them?
Don't all speak at once.
We pick up season 2. That's a couple of months later, after the finale. So things, they've grown sort of, I would say they've become a little more distant with each other, just in trying to each deal with it in their own way. So I think it's going to be, there's going to be kind of less, I'm doing so well. How'd you get Pikachu off of us? Pokemon?
It's our first interview of the day. So.
No, it's good. This is just a warm-up.
Fresh out of the gate.
This is a warm-up.
Well, it's a period of grief, and I think that they've also sort of holed themselves up in the compound for a little while. I suspect that.
See, it's harder when you're talking, isn't it? When you're sitting next to someone thinking about, I could do this better than him. It's easy then, isn't it?
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking I should jump in to support my friend slash brother, but didn't have any idea about how to help him. It was like watching somebody drown, and you can't swim. And here I am. I'm in the water too. There's eels around me. There's sharks. Okay. So it's a period of grief, nurturing. And I think, and also sort of preparing to strike, and retaliate. And I think, I imagine that there's sort of the edict that Elijah's laid down in a way towards his brother.
So Phoebe, yeah. What?
I can explain. We've all still been on hiatus.
So are we talking about? It's also like different alliances are being made. Like everything that kind of left, as Joseph said, it's 3 months later, and different relationships have built.
Enjoy it from here, by the way. There's no scrutiny and there's a lot of support.
Different relationships have been formed over the last few months, and kind of people have kind of grown distant. I think, we kind of find Elijah and Hayley having kind of grown apart a little bit since the finale, which I think is interesting to see 3 months later.
Klaus.
Everyone's really, really messed up.
Yeah.
Things are bad.
There's a lot of sort of revenge being plotted as well.
Yeah.
I think we can say
Well,
that.
I said that, so...
It's the way they say it.
I understand Hayley might be doing a little lashing out at certain people.
Yeah, she's lost a kid, and it's kind of nice to see now Hayley without kind of a baby bump. It's kind of fun to play that. It's just she's now kind of. You're right. This is really tricky when you start talking. When her kind of focus has changed. When we found Hayley, she just was so focused on finding out who her parents were, and now she just wants. She's kind of turning into Klaus. She just wants revenge. She wants revenge on who kind of tried to kill her and her baby. So her kind of intention for the series has changed in this season. So
I like that. Good answer.
You got the Charles stamp of approval on that one. You mentioned the baby. Is it like out of sight, out of mind? Are we gonna get like postcards from Auntie Bex? What's going down? Maybe that's a Julie question.
Well, there's a baby. No, it's funny because the whole thing that they said at the finale of the last season was we have to clean up this mess we made so that we can create this home for our child, and so that's what they're trying to do in the beginning is clean up the mess, and then as we get early into the season, they have to realize that the mess is in fact sort of in the form of their own family, and so their family is the mess, and it's going to make it much more difficult. But always at the back of their mind is how are they going to make New Orleans the right proper home, or any home for that matter, so that they could reunite the family. It's just going to be a little bit harder than they thought.
that's how you guys answer a question.
So good.
Charles, besides the usual premiere karaoke that we're expecting, what's Marcel going to be up to?
You know, he's this is tough. I didn't even get a real word out. Let's
Maybe
see.
Julie can talk and you can just move it back.
So puppeteer. He's gonna be rebuilding. Yeah, now that you know, he loved and lost, and so now it's time to rebuild. And this is
You're doing well.
oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, and
What's he rebuilding?
well,
Lego tower. It's interesting. It looks like a shrine of something, or a mosque.
he's got a new hobby. He's into Legos and crafting, and when he's done building that, he's gonna move on to his next hobby. No, he's rebuilding his vampire family. You know, now that's been demolished from.
In the world's coolest loft.
Yeah, and he's doing it all
Yeah.
from a loft.
I have not forgotten about Team Human back there.
Yeah.
I love Team Human, as I'm a human. What's Cammy doing?
Well, she's finding comfort in interesting places. Okay, guys.
In where exactly?
Am I allowed to say where exactly?
You can
Obviously.
tease. It's like
You have to now.
Furniture. we
She's,
can be
you
a little
know,
coy about it.
as we all do. Well, I don't know. I do sometimes, or used to. You make the wrong choices in order to try to comfort yourself, but then you're like, well, that was just the wrong choice, and it didn't really work. But she's making some bad choices off the. Well, I mean,
I think they're
interesting.
lovely and romantic choices.
Bad choices.
Whoa. Nobody
That's a
revealed.
good tease. That's a good tease.
It's okay. I think I'm putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
Now. We're good. We're good.
Furniture, choices, chemistry.
Now the fans are also very excited about new people coming into the story, especially someone named Caleb, a man witch perhaps named Caleb.
A man witch.
Man, it's a warlock.
No,
surely.
it's a man witch.
It's not like the sandwich, but like
Don't be sexist.
a man who is a witch. It's like a sandwich, but with meat in it. Can you say anything about?
Over here.
We're all bad at talking. Can you say anything about him? I feel like he's a witch, so he might have some Davina connections.
Davina's grown up a lot since last season. She's with Michael right now, and she's kind of planning her revenge. And Caleb comes in, and he's kind of stirring up a storm around her in a way, and it's kind of like she's got a little bit of a love interest, I think, with him.
She's a little smitten.
A little smitten, yeah.
Ooh, I keep him away from Klaus. Klaus likes to kill people.
That is illegal.
I didn't. That's not what I meant. I meant he's gonna kill him like he kills everybody that you love. He's just a great guy like that. I know that you guys have done 2 actually crossovers already. But do any of you have sort of like dream crossover ideas at some point?
What was the other one?
The Vampire Diaries?
Oh, we were
Because I went over there.
Tyler came to you. You banged someone in the
Yeah,
woods.
the 100.
It all happened.
You're now overqualified.
Do any of you have like dream like? It doesn't even have to make sense. Just like dream crossover ideas for your characters.
For us to go on to another show?
Specifically Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Or for them to come to you.
What character of the Vampire Diaries would we like on our show?
Thank you. No, I'm going to need lots of better. Who would we like to come over?
Michael Malarkey, I say.
Oh,
he's really
and
good.
Yeah.
What about Silas?
Silas. Yeah, Silas resurrected from the grave.
There we go.
Paul Wesley.
Who did Sarah Canning used to play?
And Jenna.
I want to.
Don't bring that up.
I like her.
What? Can't her ghost come over and
Klaus killed her.
hang out? Oh, all right.
I think you can both share the blame on that one.
Feel bad.
So that's what you're going with.
I'll go with that, yeah. Aunt Jenna.
Aunt Jenna.